Episode 159.
You heard him, right? Senior brother Han admitted it himself. My master's direct order is that I have to stick to him like glue the entire way.
Seizing the moment while the two men she had utterly enchanted were distracted, Dong Xuaner immediately stuck her tongue out at Han Li.
Dong Xuaner took advantage of my moment of inattention to land me with two major headaches. It's obvious that after I spent the whole journey using Hong Fu's name to keep her in check, she held a grudge and decided to get back at me. I'm sure she'd be absolutely delighted to see me get a beating from these two.
Han Li looked at the two menacing figures, sighed, and was just about to say something when the expressions of the two opposite him suddenly changed. Yan Yu's, in particular, grew tense. Their gazes shifted from Han Li to the arena. Seeing this, Han Li knew something else must have changed on the field, and he quickly turned to look. The stalemate within the light barrier was finally broken. The Yan clansman had stopped using the boulder technique. Instead, he now held a pale yellow paper fan with both hands, facing his opponent as he labored to swing it, one heavy stroke after another. The paper fan should have been a light, flimsy thing, yet each swing seemed to drain the Yan clan disciple of immense stamina, leaving his face drenched in sweat. With each swing of the fan, a thick plume of purple mist would surge forth, shooting straight toward the green-robed freak opposite. After those 7 or 8 swings, the dense purple mist had completely enveloped its target, forming an impenetrable spherical barrier. Meanwhile, the green-robed freak was completely enveloped in a shroud of black energy, keeping the purple mist at bay. The black and purple mists churned and tore at each other ceaselessly, as if both were alive. But no matter how you looked at it, the purple mist, under the control of the Yan clan cultivator, had gained the upper hand, compressing the black chi into an ever-shrinking space.
My cousin's bone-melting fan is a famous top-tier magic tool of our Yan clan. The poison it unleashes is the most potent thing imaginable. A single touch will sear flesh and melt skin. But my cousin always thought this fan was too vicious to use lightly. The fact he's using it now shows he's made up his mind. He won't let his opponent walk away from this unscathed.
Oh, this fan is that famous? I wonder how it stacks up against the famous wind and thunder fan.
In terms of raw power, this fan might not even match the wind thunder fan. But any cultivator with a wood spirit root can wield this magic tool with ease. Unlike the wind thunder fan, which is utterly useless without a mutated spirit root of wind or thunder. That's why this bone painting fan is even more valuable.
What nonsense are you spouting? How can a common top-tier magic tool like this even be compared to the Wind Thunder fan? It'd be lucky to have 1/10 of that one's power. I'd say this fan doesn't even measure up to the magic tool I'm holding, the purple light bowl.
Seeing Dong Xuaner and Yan Yu chatting and laughing together, senior brother Feng's face betrayed a flicker of jealousy.
You dare look down on the magic tools of our Yan family disciples? Good. Let's see what that purple light bowl of yours can do.
Excellent. I've been wanting to see the magic power of the Yan family disciples for myself.
For a moment, the two of them seemed to have forgotten about their common enemy, Han Li.
Oh, never mind. I was just asking. Why must you two senior brothers get so worked up? Can't you both just take a step back?
On the surface, Dong Xuaner seemed to be mediating, but in reality she only made the two men more determined not to back down. Neither was willing to lose face in front of her. Of course, it was unlikely the two would actually duel right then and there. After all, their rivalry was just petty jealousy. Most of what they'd said before was just hot air. Deep down, they were still full of reservations. But if Dong Xuaner were to fan the flames between them a bit more, things could easily take a turn for the worse. Han Li was still focused on the fight, but he heard everything happening beside him perfectly clearly. He couldn't help but shake his head inwardly.
That headstrong girl is a real troublemaker. She stirs up drama wherever she goes. No wonder Hong Fu kept telling me to keep a tighter rein on her. But from their looks, that Feng guy and Yan Yu aren't fools. Why do they seem so impulsive and combative now? Could Dong Xuaner's bewitching arts really be this potent, to the point where even a Foundation establishment cultivator could have their temperament influenced without realizing it?
The thought sent a chill through Han Li. But he couldn't be bothered to care about these two hotheads. Whether they lived or died was none of his business. Yet, Han Li found it strange. No matter how much Dong Xuaner tried to be alluring, bewitching other men completely, in his eyes, she held absolutely no charm whatsoever. This was a source of confusion for Han Li, but it was an even greater source of frustration for Dong Xuaner.
For some reason, my fox charm technique had absolutely no effect on that most detestable man. Otherwise, I would have had him dancing in the palm of my hand long ago. How could he have threatened me all the way here?
As Han Li and Dong Xuaner were each lost in their own thoughts, the situation in the arena shifted once more. The black mist enveloped by the violet fog suddenly began to contract and thin out. In the blink of an eye, it revealed the green-robed man hidden deep within. The skulls flanking him opened and closed their jaws, ravenously devouring the surrounding black mist. They were the culprits behind its sudden thinning. Seeing this, the Yan clan member opposite him didn't know what the other party intended, but since they were destroying their own defenses, he certainly wouldn't hold back. The Yan clan disciple pointed his treasure fan, and the purple mist surged forward, swarming over the black energy while it was powerless to resist.
Kid, you think you can show off in front of me with a few petty poisons. You have no idea what death is. You still don't realize? We are the very ancestors of poison play.
The green-robed figure extended a palm, striking the crown of each skull in rapid succession. Instantly, the skulls swelled to the size of cartwheels. Their bone-white exteriors were now faintly wreathed in a layer of black energy, making them appear even more ghastly and sinister. They devoured the last traces of black energy in an instant. Then, their gaping maws opened wide once more, beginning to suck in the purple mist that had been blocking them. With every gulp, they swelled larger, as if feasting on a potent tonic. Seeing this, Yan Yu's cousin on the other side was startled. He frantically tried to control his treasure fan, hurriedly attempting to recall the purple mist. But it was clearly too late. Only about a third of the poisonous substance could be withdrawn. The majority had already been devoured by the opponent's skulls. The fan's once vibrant green-yellow surface suddenly turned dull and lifeless. The Yan clansman's heart ached, knowing the bone-melting fan's power would be drastically diminished from now on. Before the Yan clan disciple could recover from the shock of his magic tool's destruction, the giant, fiercely blazing skull, under the green-robed man's control, let out a low, mournful wail and shot forward. It was upon him in an instant, startling him into a frantic reach for his storage pouch. But the skulls all opened their mouths at once, spewing forth several beams of black light that merged into one colossal pillar. It punched straight through the Yan clansman's protective yellow gale, leaving a gaping hole. He slumped unconscious and plummeted from the sky. Seeing the match was decided, the Yan family disciples naturally wouldn't let their own man fall and crack his skull. One of them immediately flew out, caught Yan Yu's Tang brother, and flew back.
The ghost spirit sex techniques are truly profound. Our Yan clan has lost 4 out of 5 matches. Shall we proceed with the 6th match?
At that moment, an elder from the Yan family stepped forward, his face weathered with age but his eyes sharp and bright.
Let's just call it off. We can wait for the disciples from the Yan family's Hall of Life and Death to arrive before continuing with the remaining 5 matches. I've long heard of the Yan family's blood cultivators.
From the ghost spirit sect side, a figure emerged to match him. Commander Chi, a mysterious man wearing a silver ghost mask. His voice, however, was cultured, resonant, and unmistakably young.
Very well. Since the young sect master is so determined, the Yan clan will naturally oblige. Let us conclude today's contest here.
The old man flicked his sleeve and turned to go back inside. The young sectmaster wasn't bothered by this. He gave a light chuckle, turned with a flourish, and led his group away from the area. Having gotten their fill of the spectacle, the other watching cultivators also departed without a word, melting silently away. Han Li gave a slight shake of his head, then turned and heard Yan Yu's quiet muttering.
How is that possible? My own cousin lost? He's one of the top fighters of our Yanwu Hall.
What kind of master is he? He was taken down in a few moves.
You!
Yan Yu's face flushed with anger, and he was about to erupt. But the very next words from Dong Xuaner instantly brightened his mood.
Senior brother Yan Yu, I've been traveling for days and I'm quite weary. Could you arrange a comfortable room for me to rest? As for any other social activities, perhaps I could join in tomorrow.
Of course, junior sister Dong. I'll take you to the guest quarters prepared specifically for female cultivators. Junior brother Han and you, sir, please make yourselves at home.
Han Li gave a slight smile, offering no objection. He had safely delivered Dong Xuaner to Yanling Fort. That counted as mission accomplished. As for everything else, that was beyond his control, and frankly, he had no interest in it. He casually tossed out a line about wanting to look around, then left the group on his own. Han Li's willingness to distance himself from Dong Xuaner was exactly what senior brother Feng and Yan Yu wanted. They had no intention of stopping him. Yan Yu even helpfully gave him a jade slip containing a map of Yanling Fort, allowing Han Li to save time and head straight for his destination. As for Dong Xuaner herself, she was greatly surprised that Han Li had suddenly let go and stopped restraining her. But being able to regain her freedom and, moreover, to be able to among so many male cultivators naturally delighted her. Of course, she still shot Han Li a few bewildered glances, utterly unable to fathom the reasoning behind his actions.
Intent? I just didn't want to be saddled with that burden, and it's far more convenient to act alone.
Han Li strolled along the cobblestone path of Yanling Fort, hands clasped behind his back, his thoughts leisurely as he glanced at the shops lining the street. These shops sold talismans, materials for crafting and alchemy, and a couple even offered low-grade magic tools. But the shopkeepers themselves were mostly mortals, lacking any magic power. This wasn't surprising. The entire Yanling fortress was vast, with a population of over 100,000 living within its walls. Yet, only a tiny fraction possessed a spirit root and could cultivate magic. The vast majority were ordinary mortals. Some of these mortals, who should have lived in the secular world, lacked spirit roots but still had Yan family blood in their veins. Others were the relatives and dependents of Yan family disciples. After all, relying solely on intermarriage within the Yan clan would be highly inadvisable. A measured intake of fresh blood is what allows the Yan clan to continue thriving. Of course, to maintain secrecy, any mortal who enters Yanling Fortress can never leave the city again for the rest of their lives. Though they'd never want for food or shelter again, when you think about it, that's a truly tragic fate.